They say people don't know what they have until it's gone, but what happens when you become the one who's gone, evolved, and emotionally out of reach? What happens when someone who once took your love for granted watches you glow up and realize your worth without them? In LeToya Luckett's soul-stirring anthem, Regret, she doesn't just sing about heartbreak, she reclaims power. This isn't just a breakup song, it's a psychological declaration of rebirth. On today's episode of Melodic Minds, we're diving into the deep psychology behind making someone regret ever taking you for granted. We'll explore how LeToya's lyrics echo real emotional stages of recovery, the silent power of walking away, and what true transformation looks like when someone realizes they messed up, but you've already moved on. This is more than just karma. It's clarity, confidence, and comeback. Let's unpack the heartbreak, the healing, and the hidden strength and regret, and why sometimes the best revenge is living well. Being taken for granted is a form of emotional neglect that often unfolds quietly over time. Psychologically, it stems from something called relationship habituation. When someone becomes so used to your presence, your giving nature, and your loyalty that they stop valuing it. It's the erosion of appreciation. The moment someone stops seeing you as rare and starts seeing you as routine, the emotional scales tip and you start giving more than you receive. In the song Regret, LeToya gives voice to this imbalance with cutting clarity. She sings, "You must regret the day that you left me." That single line is loaded with psychology. It's not just about bitterness, it's about recognition. Recognition that your effort, love, and presence were mishandled. And when that recognition hits, it's often after the emotional damage has already hardened into resolve. The brain shifts from longing to liberation. The heart begins the process of detachment, and that's where the power starts to build. Letting go isn't just a breakup, it's a neurological and emotional transformation. It begins when the brain starts rewiring itself from addiction to freedom. You see, love, especially toxic or unbalanced love, activates the brain's dopamine reward system much like a drug. We crave closeness, validation, and connection. But once those needs go unmet consistently, the brain enters a survival mode. It starts to detach to protect. In the song Regret, LeToya's vocal delivery isn't just soulful, it's sharp. It's the voice of someone who has finally crossed over. She's not asking for him to return. She's not waiting for closure. She's already decided. That choice in psychological terms reflects the empowerment phase, a stage where self-worth resurfaces and boundaries are reinstated. The pain of being overlooked slowly transforms into the peace of no longer needing their validation. And ironically, that is when regret hits the other person hardest, when they realize you don't need them anymore. Psychologically, regret often doesn't surface until there's contrast. When someone sees the person they once dismissed thriving without them, more confident, more successful, more peaceful, it forces them to confront what they lost. Regret is rooted in lost recognition. The very title of the song Regret suggests that the tables have turned. And this is where LeToya Luckett's life mirrors her lyrics. After leaving the iconic girl group Destiny's Child, many assumed she would fade into the background. But she rose, she redefined herself, she became her own voice, her own brand, her own force. That kind of evolution is psychologically threatening to anyone who thought you couldn't rise without them. There's an ego wound that happens in a person who once took you for granted. They realize they underestimated you, and when they see you no longer interested in re-engagement, it triggers what psychologists call cognitive dissonance, the mental discomfort of realizing you were wrong. That discomfort breeds regret, and regret when it's too late becomes its own punishment. Let's flip the lens. What's happening in the psyche of the one who took you for granted? First comes denial. They assume you'll always be there. Then comes irritation. They're confused when you start pulling away. But when the reality sets in that you're gone emotionally and spiritually, they enter a stage of shame. Shame is different from guilt. Guilt says I did something wrong. Shame says I am something wrong. The person starts to question their choices, their ego, their neglect. And when they see you move on without lashing out, without begging, without needing revenge, that silent strength is deafening. LeToya's delivery in the song isn't angry, it's clear, it's poised, it doesn't scream, it asserts. That energy psychologically destabilizes someone who is used to having emotional control over you because you reclaim yourself, and that quiet power is the ultimate wake-up call. Turning pain into power isn't about revenge, it's about refocusing. The journey starts when you redirect the emotional energy you used to spend on them back to yourself. You invest in your growth, your appearance, your peace. Psychologically, this is called post-traumatic growth. It's the phenomenon where people become stronger and more evolved after emotional devastation. LeToya herself embodies this. She went through public rejection, the loss of sisterhood, betrayal, and yet she turned it into resilience, artistry, and depth. Her music became her message. To make someone regret losing you, don't chase them, choose you. Heal deeply, rebuild authentically. Don't just bounce back, level up. Because the best kind of regret isn't the one you force, it's the one they feel naturally when they see you becoming everything they once doubted you could be. Here's the truth. Regret is their burden, not yours. The moment you stop hoping for an apology is the moment you begin your real healing. The song Regret by LeToya Luckett isn't a plea, it's a proclamation. It reminds us that we all have the power to walk away, to redefine our worth, and to let our glow speak louder than our wounds. If someone once failed to see your value, don't wait for them to wake up. Wake up to yourself. And when they'll finally realize what they lost, it won't matter because you've already outgrown the version of you that needed them. Let this be your reminder. The best way to make them regret taking you for granted is to become someone they no longer have access to. You were never just an option. You were the prize. And now they finally see it. Stay strong, stay soulful, and as always, keep your mind melodic. Until next time, this is Melodic Minds.